Hi everyone, so in today's video I want to ask you guys this question. Why are you so afraid of what people will think of you? There is so many reasons on why people are constantly afraid of what others think of them, but for me it was always something like, but others are going to judge me, and when there's a bunch of people judging me, it just stresses me out. There wasn't like a clear reason. I was just purely insecure, and I could never wholly understand why. Was it just because it was in my nature to be that way? Was it some unknown reason? Was it something about my past? I didn't know what was happening. But at the end of the day, I realized it doesn't matter why I thought that way, because it's the past now. I don't think like that anymore because I'm scared people are going to judge me for what they see. And what they see can be completely different from what I see in myself. So in a way, I've created a version of myself that I want other people to see. And if they don't see that version, I'm scared that they're going to judge me. So basically, what I'm trying to say here is that when people are judging you, you are scared that they're not going to get the perception of you right. Because if they find the real you, that's what scares you the most, isn't it? It's that when they see the good and the bad and then they just choose not to accept you. So we all have versions of ourselves that we don't like. Because I think a lot of us find it hard to face reality on how we actually are, and we find it too really hard to accept. So instead we create this version of ourselves that people can see, whether it's your family, your friends, whatever. But at the end of the day, does anyone actually know how we are? Do we even know, to a certain extent, will we ever know our full behaviors, our actual nature in life? Are we a good or a bad person? And we are constantly afraid of this sort of judgment because we want everyone to perceive us in a certain way. And if we don't get perceived in that certain way, that scares us, right? Because other people define me. So that scares me. But now I'm asking myself this question: why am I letting other people define me? Why can I not define myself? Why am I so afraid of what people think? And to be honest, that's where I stopped and I actually thought for a second. I'm like, wait, why am I letting people decide how I view myself? If I'm nervous or if I'm happy, why am I letting other people decide the way I look, the way I feel? Why can I not decide that myself? And then one day it just hit me, right? I don't know when it hit me, but at some point in my life I realized, what am I doing, right? I am letting other people define me. How crazy is it that every single day we walk around, we are scared of being judged and we are scared of being defined from somebody else's perspective? Because at the end of the day, every single person in this world could perceive you as the worst person ever, but as long as you perceive yourself as great and amazing and just a good person in general, you will win against every single one of those people's opinions. Because the only valid opinion in this world of you is yourself. Because you are your only friend. You have been your only friend from the day you were born, and you will be your only friend until the day you die. So, really, what is the point of worrying about all these other people's opinions of you? Because I think one day we realize this, especially as we get older, I kept worrying about what other people are going to think of me. This stressed me, right? This stressed me out, right? And then we get old and realize all these people are like us. They're all going to die. And we spend our whole life trying to please someone that isn't going to exist. We spend our whole life trying to please a soul that isn't our own. How literally selfless and selfish at the same time do you have to do that? Because in a way, you are literally destroying your own life. You can view yourself however you want to view yourself. You can view yourself as an amazing, a good-looking, a kind person, or you can view yourself as a mean, evil, bad person, when in fact you probably aren't. So why are you still trying to fit into this standard society has set for you? Why are you still there at all? what are you doing with your life? Like, have you not ever realized for just 1 second, have you never thought about it? That's other people's opinion, but what's mine? No, like, genuinely, have you ever asked yourself, what is your opinion? And not just like, oh yeah, I look good like this, or like, I look good like that. Like, genuinely ask yourself what you hate and what you love about yourself. And then once you have those hate and love questions, ask yourself why for every single one of them. Like, why do you love this about yourself? Why do you hate this about yourself? And then maybe you'll realize that the way you view yourself is from other people's opinions. It's subconscious because from the moment we're born, we don't view ourselves like this. You look in the mirror when you're a year old and you're like, wow, I look amazing, right? Like, you don't even think about how you look because you just love yourself, right? You love everything and everyone around you. And then you get older and you're like, I'm so old, I'm so ugly, I'm going to die soon. This world is like, I hate this world. This is everybody else's fault. And then you realize, no, this is my fault. Because I chose to perceive myself like this. I chose to think I'm ugly. I chose to think I can't do this. I chose every single thing that has led me to success and that has led me to failure. So why are you still choosing other people's opinions above your own? Genuinely ask yourself, what is your opinion? Not an opinion somebody else planted into your brain. What is your opinion about this? Do you even actually care? Like, ask yourself, does this actually matter? How important is this? Does this affect my happiness? Could it not affect my happiness if I wanted it to? Could it stop affecting me? Like, seriously, what are you doing? Why are you so obsessed with other people? Like, seriously, become obsessed with yourself first. View yourself how you want to view yourself. And the way other people view you, that is none of your business. People could see you as the most amazing person in the world, or they could see you as the worst person in the world. But that is none of your business. That is their business. Your business is to focus on yourself and not judge other people. Their business should be the same. So if they're judging you, that is a them problem, not a you problem. So stop being so focused on what other people are thinking. Because at the end of the day, people are purposefully looking for bad things about you. Because they're so insecure about themselves, all they want to do is find flaws in other people. So those flaws can match their own, those insecurities can match their own, and people project their insecurities so bad. The amount of times I've witnessed people, like one of my friends was like, oh yeah, you're so short. She was making fun of me, right? She was making fun of me for being short. And then I look at her, she's shorter than me, right? And I'm like, why are you saying this to me? She looked at me dumbfounded. Like, girl was like, what do you mean? It was just a joke. I'm like, why are you saying, no, like, actually, why are you saying this to me? You're shorter than me and you're making fun of me for being short. That's kind of stupid, don't you think? Like, where is the logic in that? And she didn't have an answer. So, seriously, she was just projecting her insecurity on me. She wanted me to understand her, to relate to her in a way. But I chose not to because I don't think I'm short. And even if I was, it's my opinion. It's my opinion on how I view myself. And she didn't realize she can view herself like however she wants to because society projected her mind into a certain way. The amount of insecurities that people have noticed about us that they projected onto us is crazy. Because if you think about it, from the moment you were born, you didn't have insecurities. Maybe you had one or two that you looked at yourself and you're like, damn, I don't like this about myself, right? But it wasn't that big of a deal. And then you grew older, and you discovered more insecurities, and some of those started becoming a part of you. And that's what scares me, because people are literally able to manipulate us like this. People are able to define our insecurities. And you know what our insecurities are? Our insecurities are the definition of us. So other people are creating you and are creating your life and your past and your future. So from that one decision you make on whether or not you are beautiful or whether or not you are ugly, that could change your whole life. That is how serious this is. Because seriously, the more you let other people define you, the worse it's going to get. I was talking to a friend. The other day I was talking to a friend and she said to me, My mom called me overweight. She told me I was fat. I looked at her, I'm like, are you actually going to let your own mother talk to you like this? Like, come on, how crazy is that? You are going to let your own mother say to you that you are fat or that you are overweight. Like, oh, first of all, how much of an insecure person does that your mother have to be to talk like that? Second of all, you're her child. I just couldn't do it. Like, I was meant to like, what are you doing? And she was like, oh yeah, and because of that I've been working out, I've been running. I'm like, sure, it might make you a better version of yourself, but at the end of the day, at the beginning, didn't you love yourself for the way you were? And people projected all these insecurities on you. It might have made you better. At the end of the day, it helped you, right? But it still hurt. So 9 times out of 10, you should take everything from the logical perspective. Ask yourself, am I actually overweight? Do I feel overweight? Because the scale of how people view you, like the way the society views you as a standard, whether they're like, oh yeah, according to this, you are overweight or you look fat, right? But then ask yourself, is that actually how I feel? Because trust me, for most people, if they ask themselves, they will not feel bad. They feel good. They are just choosing from society's standards to feel like this. So no matter what you look like or how people view you, either externally or internally, always ask yourself first, how do I view myself? Do I love myself? Because those questions should always come first. Because at the end of the day, that other person is a human. They're going to die just like you. So why is their opinion more important than yours? Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you guys got something from this because this was a very important video. And yeah, I hope to see you all on the next one. Bye, guys.